And we're making whole wheat sourdough biscuits today. So we've got sourdough starter, nice and bubbling away, 2 cups of white flour already measured, and 2 cups of whole wheat flour. And then here is our mixing bowl. You want to remember not to use a metallic bowl or a metallic mixing object. And to finish the dry ingredients, we have 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 2 teaspoons of magic baking powder, which I have mixed into this measuring cup, which we'll then toss right in with the other 2 dry ingredients, 2 cups of white flour, and 2 cups of whole wheat flour. Now we'll start with our liquid ingredients. I like to do the oil first, and this is 2/3 of a cup of canola oil, which we'll just put in and mix all around. Okay, now we're going to add the sour milk or the buttermilk. So what I do is I have white vinegar, and the official ratio is 1 tablespoon into the bottom of a 1 cup measure and then fill it with milk. I more or less eyeball it like I do everything. Works fine. So that's about a tablespoon. And then we've got almond milk in this container, so we'll just fill that up. And you can see it's starting to curdle a little bit. We'll just fill that up to the 1 cup line, and then we will put that into the bowl to mix in. You can see it's a lot thicker consistency now. That's what the batter looks like with the milk and the oil mixed in, and the next step is to put the sourdough starter in. And we've measured out 1 cup of sourdough starter, and you can see this is what the starter looks like remaining in the bowl. It's a lot of liquid, a lot of just the gelatinous kind of goo, very soft and mud-like. Okay, perfect. So now we've got our 1 cup of starter, and we're going to add that to the mixture. And then stir, stir, stir. The batter will be a little bit wet and sticky, and that's what we're looking for. We can always add a little bit more flour afterward as we're rolling it out. Want to get everything mixed in, get all the loose liquid, the loose flour all mixed into the dough, and you'll see how it is here. So this is what I want. It's taking a nice shape now. A little bit of loose flour on the edges, but that's okay. We can deal with that. Got the well-mixed dough, and just put it down onto this baking sheet, and we're just going to flatten it out to about a 1/2 inch in thickness. It's a little bit difficult to do it with one hand, film at the same time, but so just looking to get the main part of it. They'll all bake a little bit differently, but you can see we've got everything nicely mixed in, and it's about a 1/2 inch. And then I have a little biscuit cutter, so I'm just gonna cut some biscuits out of this. It's a nice circular one that my mom got. If you don't have access to a biscuit cutter, then it's also easy to use a white wine glass. I've got some of these measuring cups here that are just as easy to use. That would make a pretty decently sized biscuit. Or you can use even a coffee cup. We've got a coffee cup here, be slightly larger, but just looking for someone that's the same size, trying to get them all as close to the same diameter as possible, or you can always just ball them up and roll them by hand. So we've rolled out the dough, and then I've cut all little biscuits, and you can see there's some little unique shapes in here, and this is the one that was just the ends of the dough, so try and ball it up and get them at about the same thickness. They're all about 3/4 of an inch to an inch thick right now, and we'll put them into the oven, which is at 450, and see what they look like in 12 minutes. And it's been 12 minutes, and we have beautifully browned half whole wheat, half white sourdough biscuits. Enjoy!